the one story that always bothered me. Not bothered me, but that has always been in my head, in my mind, and in my brain. Head transplant.
Head transplant.
This was the story back in 2017. I'm sure you guys have heard what has happened since the first human head transplant. Have you not?
No. You got to update me.
Yeah, nothing.
Let's check in.
Yeah.
I felt like this would be bigger news. Well, the reason why it's not bigger news is because we'll get into it. So let me just recap you here on the head transplant. We have Dr. Sergio Canavero, Italian neurosurgeon. He was set to do a head transplant on patient Valery Spiridonov, the Russian gentleman. He had, what is it? It is, in my notes, it is Wernig-Hoffman disease. Whoa. Yes, I know.
Whoa.
Those of you listening know what that muscle wasting condition is, but for you guys, it's a muscle wasting condition. Wernig-Hoffman disease. It's also known as spinal muscular atrophy. And, there's 4 levels of this atrophy, but, gets worse.
Okay.
Anywho, so Valery Spiridonov, and not Valery Fedorovich Spiridonov, who was a former pair skater and who competed for the Soviet Union with Inna Volyanskaya and won 6 international medals. But this Valery Spiridonov is he's a coding genius and networking guy, but he's also restricted to just a wheelchair.
Got it.
So, enough of the fluff. What happened? Who was murdered?
What?
No one.
Oh.
Yet.
So wait. Valery, let me just get this right. So Valery, essentially, his body was giving up on him, and he's like, I want my head, which is brilliant and genius, to be put on a body that works.
Correct. Well, so
that's what happened.
Dr. Sergio Canavero. I'm sure that's why we have to say it.
The surgeon.
So he wants to do this. This has been done on monkeys in the past. Moral standards. I don't know. People are, that's crazy.
So wait, they took a head off a monkey and put it on another body of a monkey.
Yes.
And it worked.
I believe it did.
What happened to the second head? Did that go back up? Did they swap them?
They swap heads and just one.
Just like, sorry, through shoulder.
Natural History Museum, you want this?
Yeah. It's a pickled monkey head.
That's probably a question I should have asked and delved deeper into, but did not. But anywho.
That's nuts, first of all, that
they
could do that on a monkey.
They said it was done, and it was successful.
They
say.
There's no proof? There's no monkey walking around with a line around its
for
neck?
how long he went, because they did it with mice first, and then they did it with a monkey.
Holy cow.
And and it's all about getting the body and the head to accept each other is a big thing, and, and then gaining functions back.
Holy cow. Okay.
And I think, with the mice that I saw, things kind of worked faster than expected. Like after 2 weeks, things kind of like they induce a coma and stuff. But Dr. Sergio Canavero, he kept postponing. So this was 2017, and they were looking to do this in 2017. It's like,
yeah.
Wait, it's not right. We need the right diamond blade to make the most perfect cut at the smallest amount at the right, and we need this, and that's going to take $15 million just to get that diamond blade.
What? $15 million for a blade?
Yes, and
wow.
I mean that's how precise, and because they got to cut through the spinal cord at a certain angle, and through the tendons and the sinew, and I'm just trying to think of other words that are
so they're
involved.
So they're looking for the straight cartoon cut where if you chop off the head, it's just flat.
Yeah, or however, but it has to be the same on
it's
both
like a salami.
Bodies. Yeah, like we got a salami, a prosciutto, nice and thin.
You're building up the suspense, man. I can't handle it anymore. Just get to the point.
So they had, Spiridonov. He was like, I don't know who reached out to who, but at first, Valery was like, yeah, doctors told me I'd be dead in 5 years. Or 4 years, something like that. I have 4 years to live, and this is my chance to, if it doesn't work, okay, I lose a couple years of life in this wheelchair.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm dead anyways.
Sure. Sure.
So let's try it out. And if not, I'm just a head attached to another body. So they had a body, I think, at the time. I don't know, but anywho's, or I don't know if they were waiting for someone. Gets down to it. Cannavaro pushes it back. In the meantime, Valeri, he's finding success in his job, in his life. He finds a woman.
What?
They get married.
What?
They have a kid.
Oh, man.
That's right. So Valeri's like, no.
Cannavaro, he should have pulled the trigger when he had the chance.
He should have when he had the chance. But all the other doctors, like, if you do this, it's suicide for your career if it goes wrong.
Okay.
You get the whole Dr. Frankenstein. Like, that's kind of how I feel like he was thinking, like, Dr. Frankenstein, like, live! I must give this body life with this head. And I think that's how all the other doctors and surgeons were like, if you fail, you're never doing surgery again.
That's insane to me. That is insane to me, first of all, because this guy has pushed the bounds of medicine. And he's looking to do a surgery that's never been done before. So to me, he's probably beyond the skills of most other surgeons. So why would he not? What I'm saying is the failure wouldn't be in the technical skill.
Yeah.
The failure would be in the concept. So all these other pussies like are afraid to do something like this. And this guy's like, they're all whispering in his ear, like, if you fail, you suck.
Yeah.
And that's just terrible because that's when you get stagnation in a field. I don't know anything about medicine, but I'm just saying, like, if you could break through and swap people's bodies and heads and stuff, like, could
be the key to immortality.
That would be one of the biggest medical breakthroughs I think of all time.
Then does that become a rich person thing? Like,
is that covered by healthcare?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but then, that leads to the moral question, like, should we be doing this? Like, are we playing God too much if we are able to do this, or even, cybernetics or cybergenetics?
Oh, man, that's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother
That's
topic.
a whole nother segment.
But,
like,
keeping
it on here, is it morally correct? Okay, because just to wrap it up.
Oh, I got more, but yeah.
Oh, well, then blow through it. Let's get through it.
Okay.
Let's get through it.
No, yeah, but yeah, like, is it morally okay?
Well, I need more data.
Exactly, that's the thing, and we don't have.
It says here that one attempt at a monkey head transplant, they said it was initially successful, but then within 3 to 6 hours, the body started to fail, and all the drugs that they gave it shot the bodies to hell. So they pretty much died within 6 hours.
Yeah. Damn.
They said at first, but it could chew. It said it could blink. It could track moving objects.
That's crazy.
But it gave it so many drugs, and they used deep hypothermia to keep the brains alive. So they basically froze the brains.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is just that amount. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
But like, just that amount of success, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is a step in the right direction. If they swapped the body and it just said nope and just nothing happened and it happened on 2 monkeys, then you're probably like, small sample size, but this isn't going to work. But the fact that it could for 6 hours, now it's just a matter of improving the results. Right?
Yeah.
Rather than saying it's not even conceptually plausible. Okay, so what else? What about Valeri and Sergio?
So, yeah, I mean, Valeri, he's getting new certifications and stuff. He's living life with his new hot wife, let me add.
Oh.
She's a total smoking babe. She also, she's smart, too. She has 2 degrees and everything.
What?
And I checked her up on their Instagrams and stuff, and they have a kid. And some people are like, I don't know if that's his kid because, people with that condition. But even if it is someone else's kid, and they love each other, I mean, or it's adopted or whatever, and a donor, that's making him happy. And happiness, I think, is the best medicine. And laughter and joy is, he, as of right now, from what I read recently, he said, doctor said I would be dead in 4 or 5 years. Right now, my condition isn't getting any worse. I feel great.
Wow.
As good as I can be. And I'm glad, to be living the life I'm living. And it seems like nothing passed on to his son. So
there you go.
It's I think that's, such a joy for him.
Huge testament of the human spirit.
But if he did get the transplant, this is a personal question.
Sure.
And maybe I probably shouldn't ask.
Why?
But if you got your head transplanted onto another body, and then now you got someone else's wiener, is that something
Could be an improvement. Could be a setback.
Yeah,
What?
it's like,
What?
Where has that wiener been?
Do we get to select?
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the most interesting part of all this, right? Is like if the head does successfully transplant to a body, that body has different genes and like different makeup, and like I know it could essentially accept the new part. Like, but like a kidney is dumb. Like a kidney is just essentially meat that you put in your body and it's got to function. Yeah. Like the brain is so complex that, man.
You got to connect everything. Do you got to connect the vocal cords and everything? Does your voice change?
Well, that's like, where do they make the cut?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. There's so much going on in your neck.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But
okay. So he's declined it.
Yeah. As of right now, he's declined it. I don't think he's probably not coming back to it, you know, because that's suicide in a way.
Yeah.
But the thing that I kind of want to end on here is women ruin everything.